Hey folks, in this video I'm going to show you how to play Grade 3 in the UK from the Rockschool Grade 3 Bass Guitar book. So I'd recommend you go have a listen to the tune first and make sure that you've got a copy of the sheet music in front of you before you do this lesson. Okay, so I'm just going to play through the first section for you just now. So this is what it sounds like. Okay, so to begin with, you're playing eighth notes on the A string. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now on the music, you'll see that there's something that almost looks like a sort of percentage sign on the tab and in the notation. It basically just means that you need to repeat the previous bar. So we're going to play the two lots of eighth notes there at the start. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you'll see the way you play this is there's a crescendo. So that means that you're going to start off playing it fairly softly and building it up so it's a little bit, well, it's pretty loud at the end. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, then we're into this. It's fret 1 on the E string. We're going to play this 4 times with this rhythm. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's 3, open 3 on the end. Okay. So I'll play it through one more time and see if you can play it along with me this time. Okay. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the next line is pretty much the same thing. Instead of it ending on, we're going to have instead. Okay, so this is open E twice, open A, and then A2. Now I've said this before, but when you cross over open strings like this, you can hear that if you just let them ring out together, it can sound a little messy sounding. Okay, so what's good practice is when you go from, say, the E to the A string, when you pluck the A, mute the E string, stop it from ringing out like this. Okay, so the way I did that, if you're using a pick on the bass, you would, when you pick the A string, you can just use like the thumb on this hand to touch the E string, and that'll just deaden it to stop it from ringing out. Okay, just as you pick the A string. You could also do it with this hand as well if it's a little bit easier for you. You can just touch the string as you cross. So it would be that sort of thing. I'd probably recommend doing it with my right hand, to be honest. Okay, so the next line, it sounds like this. We've got it's fairly straightforward. It's just kind of, counting your way through it. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this part is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. So just take your time with it, and if it helps, you can put some little dividers in on the tab as well. If you look in the standard notation, these eighth notes are grouped into groups of 4, just naturally the way that they're written. The tab is just like a string of notes with no separation, but you can put some separation in there yourself just to make it easier to read as you're sort of sight reading it. So this is going to be a group of 4 of 3 on the third fret on the A string. So it's a group of 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then second fret on the A string, then second fret, then the open A string even. So that was, and then we go. So that's 4 times on the E3. to 4 times on the 5th fret on the D string. Okay, so I'll play through that line again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's best just to take your time with this. This is actually a pretty fast tune, but if you can play it, steady first of all, you can work on the speed afterwards. The next line is pretty much the same again. So the first 3 bars are the same. You've got your and then it just finishes on just plucking 8 on the E string again. Okay, now this leads us into the next section. So I'll play this through again. It sounds like this. Okay, so you've got this little riff here. It's, so it's 2nd fret on the D string. So it's 2, 2, open, and then 2, 2 again, just on the D string. So that sounds like this. And then we go to our open E. So, and then of course you've got the little symbol afterwards to tell you to repeat the previous bar. So we're just going to play that again. Now this little run here. So again, just take your time with it. It's open A twice, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, open D. So we could string that together. And then we've got 2nd fret on the D string to the open E. Okay, so play that phrase together. 3, 4. Okay, and that leads us on to page 2. So we're back to that little riff again. So that's all the same as it was on the previous page. The last bar on here is slightly different though. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so just take your time with that again. So we're going to have 2nd fret on the D string, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's that same note again, but it's 2nd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the A, 2nd fret on the D, 2nd fret on the A. So probably the easiest way to count this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it could get a little confusing if you're looking at the music and thinking, right, I play 2nd fret on the D string 5 times. Well, you do, but it's not the best way of counting it, because normally you count things in groups of 4. Okay, so even though that you're staying on the 2nd fret on the D string for a 5th time, include that as the next group of 4. So that's like, number 1 of the next group of 4. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. On to the next line. So this, I'll play this section through. We're going to make a slight adjustment to what's on the tab here to make it easier for you to play. So it sounds like this. Now, the first section we're going to keep the same. So this will be, so 3rd fret on the D string, 5, 3, 5 on the A. Now, instead of playing what's on the tab here, we're going to take what we just played and shift it up 2 frets. Okay, so if we just copied that exactly, it would sound like this. Now that's the right notes, but we'll need to adjust the rhythm a little bit as well. So I'll show you what it sounds like when you put these 2 parts together. It will be, okay, so basically what we're doing is we're shifting up just slightly early where it's on the and of 4 when we shift up. So we're actually, when we move from here, this note here doesn't come in on beat 1, it comes on before beat 1. So I'll just play that again for you and try and count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, and okay. It should be a little bit easier to play that there than to stretch between fret 5 and 2 like it says on the tab. Okay, the next part. This is just an octave. So we've got 3rd fret on the A string to 5th fret on the G. So we're just repeating that because it's got the repeat marks after that. Okay, I'll play through that whole line again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and again, the next line. And this. So that's just simply the open A string and then 7th fret on the D. So and obviously we play that twice through because of the repeat marking. Then the next line, again it's that same riff. And then finishing off here, it's supposed to be okay, but obviously because we've played this riff up here, you can play 7th fret on the A string instead of 2nd fret on the D. Okay, so when you play this part, you can just leave your finger here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so. Okay, then we've got to hang on to that note for 4 beats. So we 2, 3, 4, and then that leads us into the very last part, which is just the same as the intro, isn't it? So we've got that crescendo again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that concludes the song. So again, if there's any parts that you need to run over, just watch the video again. You can go to those specific sections as well. I'll try and make sure I pop that in the video. And good luck. Hope you get on okay with the tune.